Spahn looks like he feels at home here.
12 straight pars and then that big birdie at the second to last to tie the lead again.
What a putt. Not a lot of break there.
Facts, these guys are answering right now.
It's unbelievable. He knew he had to make it.
Hovland's third at 18. This is a gap wedge. He's been a scrambling machine today, especially on this back nine. Is that going to come back? Yes, it will.
Maybe too much. Might need to settle. Settle. Could go all the way off the front here, Dan.
It might hold up, Kiz. Barely.
We saw Terrell Hatton do the same thing, but landed a couple yards farther and spin it back close. So when you're telling him to spin, 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 then you're telling him to stop, stop, stop.
Yeah, he's trying to hold it up. Whoa. Can he save another one? Remember the one at 15 where he saved it from some 27 feet. And so now back on the tee at 18, the final pairing. This is quite the display here by the final two groups, the final four. Scott, Hovland, Spahn, and Burns kind of separate themselves a bit from the rest.
And JD's been spot on with this club. Just a little bit of left to right wind he's got to contend with.
Good look at this famous 18th at Oakmont, where the last two champions on Championship Sunday just ripped drives down the middle here. So important. Angel Cabrera, Dustin Johnson. Just Saturday now.
Love this setup, Dan. Just set up perfectly at the right edge of that left bunker. Let it peel off of there.
Oops. He's lost this to the right.
Might get out there where the fans are. Have a decent lie.
A lot better turf over there than it is inside the ropes. All right, Burns.
Just looking to peel one off the left bunker. This is up, also flirting with the right edge.
Carried the bunker and got a really good lie.
Okay, Adam Scott coming across, Smiley.
Double breaker, got the right. Now here's the left.
What a putt by Adam Scott. Wow.
What a great round of golf he's played, especially on this back nine.
Scott was saying, if you really haven't seen me play a lot of golf for the last month or 6 weeks, there probably haven't been a lot of signs to you, but I know that I have been trending. He says, I definitely feel more confident than I ever have been this year. And these are the championships at this stage in his career that Adam Scott has clearly talked about. This is why I continue to play majors, big ones. He's the only major champion inside the top 10 on the leaderboard right now, and a former world number one. Now Hovland trying to save it again.
And up the hill, this putt here, Kiz, it feels like it has to move ever so slightly to the right.
Almost every putt I've seen from here, Smiley's been short, lacking some pace right at the very end and falling off to the right, like you said.
Yeah, no doubt. It's a steep slope he's putting up. We saw that wedge shot spinning back.
Last bogey came at the third when he made 2 in the first 3 holes. Got off to a shaky start. Trying to bring it home. Post 2 under.
So difficult to hit enough pace there. You see how quick the greens are, and then you suddenly have a putt you feel like you have to be super aggressive with.
So 3 back at the moment behind Burns and Spahn. Behind him, and now just a little left for Adam Scott to post another really solid round after a pair of 70s started off the week Thursday and Friday. 3 under round here of 67 if he buries this. And Adam Scott will be right there on another championship Sunday in a major. It's going to be only the 3rd player to open with 3 rounds of 70 or better in a U.S. Open at Oakmont. Curtis Strange did it here in 1994. Shane Lowry in the last U.S. Open here 9 years ago.
And with him being at 3 under, first in, last out, if either of these guys in the last group make a bogey, he'll be in the last group tomorrow.
Trying to become the 2nd oldest U.S. Open champion. Only 9 players age 44 or older have won a major title. What about J.J. Spahn's situation, Bones?
Well, let's start with J.J. He got a great break here in that he missed big off this tee. He got into the area that has been trampled down by the galleries. He's got a ball that he can hit very cleanly. Should be no problem. And I got to be honest, Sam Burns has one of the best lies in the rough I've seen all week, so I will not be surprised if both of these guys hit the ball onto the surface.
JJ giving away a
All right.
glove to the lady that he hit off the tee there.
Hey. JJ, she stopped.
Don't want to miss right here, as you see. Scoring average soars even higher at 18, which has been the 3rd most difficult hole today at Oakmont.
There's so much rough over here, Dan. JJ can't find his sprinkler that he's looking for in the yardage book to get a number.
And there's the lie for Burns that we're looking at. So as you described, Bones, not too bad.
No, he can take care of it cleanly here. He's got 184 total. It's going to play several yards uphill, so let's say a 190 shot from the low spot that he's in.
And Sam's lies all down grain, it looks like, Bones.
That's exactly right, Kevin. Did you have a particular thought in terms of a ball potentially jumping out of the lie if it's down grain like this?
I always tried to hit it lower on the face down grain. I felt like it was easier to go underneath it because you're sitting so high on top of the grass.
Adam Scott putting the finishing touches there on his scorecard. 67, Hovland 70. What a show they put on today.
So JJ, just talking over with Mark Cairns, 172 front edge and 12 for 184.
Here we go, Spahn.
At the right center of the green, let's see if he takes care of the front edge.
He wasn't crazy about it.
Didn't like it from the time he touched it.
So that's what faces Spahn, who's made just 1 bogey today.
First missed green for JJ in hours.
Now Burns.
Sam's got 170, 58 and 12.
I think it's coming out fast.
Okay, then I'm fine with that. But like I said, I don't think that it's not going to jump when they come out and trying to fly through the hole at 76. Okay, so it's just a good solid. Yes.
And that conversation all about reading the lie. How is this ball going to come out? Hits it low and right at the flag if it takes care of the front.
It does.
Settle.
settling back there. So spawn of the bunker. Burns with a long, tricky birdie putt coming down at the last on this Saturday.
Rory switched to the TP5. Then, Rory flipped the switch. Switched to speed and more control.
Oh, wow! Rory McIlroy
Switched his trophy case around. Switched his jacket. And completed the career Grand Slam. The tailor-made TP5 and TP5X, the ball you switch to.
You did it. You took an idea on a napkin, built a successful business, and made it look easy. But at US Bank, we remember what went into getting here. The hard work, self-doubt, tough decisions. From all those extra hours to finally enjoying the rewards. Our wealth management team is always here to work with you and every generation to come. Because there's nothing as powerful as the power of us.
So what separates the best players in the world is their ability to tap into their potential when it matters most.
Watch this.
Are you kidding?
No doubt it's a new era in golf.
Zooming up the 18th fairway at Oakmont Story. Par 4 finishing hole. Final pair here. Tied at 4 under. Spawn working from the bunker. Burns has a tricky putt from toward the back end of the green, Bones.
Yes, and JJ's got a shot here with the ball just slightly above his feet, making it just a little bit more awkward than it already is. He's got plenty of flat green to work with, though.
He had to take a little jump up there. He's not a very tall guy. Can't even see the surface of the green.
Gonna have to fly it a pretty good ways to get it close here.
Just waiting for everybody to settle down around this 18th. Gotta go.
Like he hit the one on 17, Bones.
I agree.
Okay, what about Burns's birdie attempt?
It's going to have a lot of movement. The way he's reading it right now in terms of going through his aim point process, he's obviously going to send this on out way to the right, have it break downhill to the left and towards the cup ultimately. But a very, very difficult lag putt upcoming for Sam.
You know it, because you never know how your body's going to react. You never know how you're going to perform when you're in the biggest heat of your career. Both Sam Burns and JJ Spawn in a position they've never been in. You've been in the heat, that PGA Championship, where the heart rate gets up. How impressed have you been by these two guys' performance today?
I thought Bones described it perfectly early on. Both guys were super cool, calm, and collected, going about their business and relying on their strength of ball striking all day and hitting incredible shots. And that's why they're at the top of this leaderboard.
Here's how far right Sam's aiming.
Telling him to aim 20 feet to the right. 60 feet of break. He's only got about 60 feet. And he hit it out there.
And then wait and see what happens. He's following it.
Just has a chance to go in if it gets there.
Just didn't have quite enough. But that was a right line that he and his caddy mapped out. And Burns has just been so clutch with his putter all week long. The strength of his game always has been. lean on it one more time here to try to get in at 4 under. Long shot that Spahn's going to be able to get in at 4 under, as he's got a lengthy one here that he's checking out right now, Bones.
Yes, very similar, Dan, to the putt that he had on the 15th, breaking just slightly from his right to left the entire way.
It's amazing that Spahn is even in this position. He talked about how he went down a rabbit hole after the Memorial, just was not happy with his swing, had to change a lot of things. Saw Josh Gregory just totally revamped his short game, and then he came here to Oakmont, and somehow, some way, it's all clicked.
Hard for me to believe he's ever having to revamp his or rework too much on his long game. Every time I play with him, it looks so good, and it looks great this week as well.
But you know, as a golfer, you get pretty perturbed at your performance week to week, and you're going like, gosh, I'm frustrated. He said, I can't go into a U.S. Open playing like this. So he went to work.
He fixed it.
Here he is. So a bogey it'll be for Spahn. Shake of the head, just his second of the day. Still an under par round for J.J. Spahn, who has been in the heat of this major championship since day one. After he fired the only bogey-free round of the first round, that 66, earned himself a spot in this final pairing with a 72 plus 2 round yesterday, and will be right there in a championship Sunday tomorrow. How can Burns finish this off? The 36-hole leader trying to be the 54-hole sole leader. And curls in on the right edge. A clutch 2-putt by Burns. After that 65 yesterday, which was the 3rd lowest round in U.S. Open history at Oakmont, Burns, sometimes it's really hard to come back and put together another sub-70 round, but he did just that. And he answered a lot of questions about himself today, but tomorrow will be the biggest day of his career as we send you back down to Cara.
Standing alongside Adam Scott as he just watched that 18th green complete, he now knows he will be in the final pairing with Sam Burns tomorrow. But I have to ask you, Adam, yesterday you said you were playing old man par golf. Well, today you went around Oakmont in 67 strokes with 187 mile per hour ball speed at Oakmont in this, your 96th consecutive major championship. Where does this round of golf rank, do you think, in your major career?
It was a good one. I played really well, although, you know, I was fairly safe. I was doing my best at old man par golf, but, you know, with the softer conditions today, there were a couple more opportunities out there, and a few good shots led to birdies coming in, and put myself in a nice spot going into tomorrow.
What did you find or see in your game in the month leading into this US Open that gave you the confidence to contend this week?
I started hitting it better off the tee in the last month, and usually over my career I've seen that kind of bleed through the rest of the game, and it's slowly done it. It hasn't been exactly firing on all cylinders, but I'm feeling much more confident, and you know, that is a nice thing, having a little bit of confidence coming into a US Open.
I know, I'm sure you'll still feel the nerves on the first tee tomorrow. What would a US Open win mean at this stage of your career?
Yeah, it's huge, obviously, yeah. For sure I'll be nervous, but I'm in a great spot. You know, I actually pretty happy to be one behind. I'm not sleeping on the lead and all that kind of stuff. But, you know, it's a big day tomorrow. There's still a bunch of guys in the mix, and it's probably, now that it's a little softer, you're going to have to play a really good round of golf, because someone is going to be able to tomorrow. It's not going to be disastrous all day.
Best of luck tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Adam. Back to you, Dan.
Thanks, Cara. Well, all 4 of these guys in the last 2 groups played 17 brilliantly as we take a look at expert performance presented by Century Insurance. And we'll start off with what might be it might be the best up and down of the week by Victor Hovland.
Controlling the distance out of that long grass and getting it to land so softly, hitting it so high to basically a kick in for a birdie. Incredible shot.
He makes a birdie, which gets him to 200. He would later bogey the 18th, but this was Adam Scott for a birdie at the same hole.
This one he loved. He thought it was going in the moment he touched it, walking it in, and I love that stoic poise he's got it on his face right there as he picks it out of the bottom of the cup.
Like he expects it, like he expects to be where he is. And then there was Burns, just clipped this beautifully at 17 as well.
What a sweet shot. About a 4 or 5 skipper and spin. He thought he made it. Watch his leg kick up in the air. And he is feeling it right there.
Yeah, he was coming off that bogey at 16, and then J.J. Spaun adding to the birdie fest at 17.
Almost identical that Adam Scott made. Really good up and down there.
Once again, that short par 4 17th, delivering great drama at Oakmont Country Club in another U.S. Open, where Sam Burns, who is in the biggest spot today of his professional career with a one-shot lead, will be in the biggest spot by far, the final round. Another one-shot lead for him going into the final 18 at Oakmont. Sam Burns by 1, only 3 other players under par. Adam Scott, J.J. Spaun, and Victor Hovland, Mike.
See you tomorrow, Dan. Is 4 players under par, and if you look at the top 20, no one has won a U.S. Open, so that trophy over my shoulder is going to be in a fresh pair of hands. Could it be Adam Scott, who, as you heard with Cara, has won a major and has been so close twice on the back 9 of 2 Open championships, but runs of bogeys kept him from getting his name on the claret jug? Perhaps he ends up with the U.S. Open trophy. He'll be in the last group because that's Spaun bogey on 18. Victor Hovland, J.J. Spaun, penultimate group tomorrow, and it's Adam Scott and Sam Burns from Shreveport, Louisiana, trying to become another American golfer to win a major championship. As for Spaun and Burns, you can hear from them and get a full recap of this 3rd round coming up right now. Live from is on Golf Channel. We'll see you on USA Network 9 a.m. Eastern, NBC and Peacock at noon Eastern on Father's Day 2025. Up next on NBC, it's Destination X. For our entire team, Mike Tirico. Can't wait to see you tomorrow for Championship Sunday. Sam Burns takes the lead at the U.S. Open.
This is a bad idea. We said we try every event before the Winter Olympics comes to Italy. We should not be on snowboards.
We want to get on skis, Ray? They go 100 in the downhill.
I'd rather be inside with a bowl of pasta.
We're in the north. We're in risotto country.
Okay, Mr. Italy. This is crazy.
You want crazy? Try the skeleton.
How about curling? Right? We could do that with sandwiches.
Or a nice bruschetta.
How do we get down from here?
You are about to be treated to a delightful meal. And it's a clue to where we are.
Oh my God, it's so bad.
Destination X, new Tuesday on NBC and Peacock.
A better golf game starts at Golf USA. Improve your performance with our new state-of-the-art custom club fitting services. Our expert club fitters will provide you with the right tools so you can play your best game. Have clubs that need repaired? Golf USA's full-service club repair shop is open 7 days a week. From golf clubs, bags, apparel, and shoes to advice that will make a difference in your golf game. Golf USA, locally owned and operated for over 30 years. We're as golf as it gets.
We've never spoken, but you've told us many things. You told us you love stargazing, almost as much as you hate parallel parking. That heavy right foot of yours, we got you. The Lexus ES didn't begin in a studio. It began with you.
Get special offers on select Lexus ES models.
Victory requires teamwork. Call Barry Law.
That is so much money.
I've never seen this happen. Let's go. So far, the wall has paid out over $25 million. All-time record. He was right. It's the correct answer. Get the answers? Drop it. The wall adds money. And now with even more exciting ways to win. We are in wall to wall.
Obviously, you want to go big.
But make a mistake, and the wall takes away. Tonight, the dream shot goes to a husband and wife from Lubbock, Texas. So Jeremiah and Nikki have known each other since kindergarten. Jeremiah is a cowboy and a saddle maker, and Nikki runs the business side of the shop. They also volunteer together. They recently traveled to villages in the Middle East to teach refugees how to successfully farm goats. These two Texans are ready to take on the Wall right now.
Welcome to the Wall on NBC.
Please welcome to the Wall, Jeremiah and Nikki. What's up, man?
Holy smokes, that thing is big.
This is so cool.
Is it surreal?
I think I'm in a dream right now, so I need someone to pinch me.
This is totally real, and what's also real is there's up to a little over $12 million potentially at stake.
Oh, my goodness.
But before we get started, I want people to get to know you all a little bit.
Okay.
Jeremiah and Nikki are from Lubbock, Texas. They both have huge hearts. They've been married 7 years, but they've known each other their entire lives.
We met the first day of kindergarten.
I saw this punk walk in, and I just knew that's the guy I'm going to get married to.
We did the whole awkward slow dance in middle school. I hadn't grown into my head yet.
Oh, my goodness.
Jeremiah's a good old Texas cowboy at heart, but currently they pay the bills by working together in their own small business, where Jeremiah is a skilled custom saddle maker. And even though Nikki and Jeremiah love what they do, they've had their hearts set on something else, running their own cattle ranch.
In 2016, we had an opportunity to get into ranching, but unfortunately, because of the economy and just everything was working against us, we ended up having to get out of ranching. And it was a tough transition for us. But even though we lost our own ranch, we were able to go to the Middle East, and in Jordan, we worked with Global Hope International. We were able to volunteer there and help with people who are starting their own ranches. So with just a handful of goats, they're taken from a place of poverty to where they're in business and they're supporting their village.
That's incredible. That's really incredible.
You know, you would think in the middle of the desert in the Middle East, we're cattle people, they're goat people, there's this big divide, but at the end of the day, it's not. It's a group of people trying to support their family with animals.
10 goats. What that would do for a family is change their life completely.
Amazing.
Man, by the time we left and the people we were working with, they were making yogurt, they were making milk, they were making butter.
Right.
And they weren't just getting by. Like, it took them from nowhere to live to like middle class in their little community.
That is fantastic.